Okay, for today's video, I'm gonna catch my own bait and use it to catch fish with. I got a bucket and I got a cup and just one, light action fishing pole, 4-pound line. Now I've already caught a crawdad. Just coming down, I kicked it up. So a little crawdad as I was just kind of coming down the stream. I plan on flipping over rocks for crawdads, salamanders, hellgrammites, worms, rocks in the water, rocks out of the water, just kind of search around, catch a little bit of bait. I see a couple deep holes that we're gonna fish in. I'm not sure how big a fish can be in here, but let's go catch some bait first, see what we uncover, and then we'll get to fishing. There he is. Oh God. Got him. He's only got one pincher. All right, there's another crawdad. Man, all kinds of little bugs. Little stoneflies, I think is what they're called. Look at all those eggs of something. It's all a bunch of little eggs on there. There's all kinds of life. Like there's so much things that live and are just come up out of the water that you never even think about. All right, it's an old tire. You just gotta be careful turning over things, especially on the ground. It could be anything under them. Snakes breed and live under there. Oh, there we go. There's a nice juicy worm. Another nice one. All right, there's 2 worms. That's definitely gonna be good. All right, that's enough. That's enough worms. Let's go find something else. That's 5 or 6 worms. That's good bait. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fish this first little hole here, and then we're gonna move down and find more bait. But I went ahead and put a worm on there, so we'll start with a worm. Let's just see if we can catch a few fish, and then we'll move and try to find more stuff. Oh, it was a shiner. Well, we may just go ahead and stick him in the bucket too. He's kind of big though. If I catch a littler one, maybe. First fish, a shiner. I thought I saw something big, but it may have been in a school of these. They look big when there's a school of them. But they were right on it. All right, shiner go. Man. Dude, there's a weasel over there with a little muskrat in its mouth. I don't know if it's gonna come. It just saw me. It just walked up and saw me. It was it's either a weasel or some kind of like a mink or something. Probably a mink. Oh, and there's a snake laying on that tree right there. I'll get my other camera. There's a snake laying on that tree warming up. Well, nothing big enough to get the crawdad in its mouth. The shiners were hammering it. But I think it was a mink with looked like a little chipmunk in its mouth. It was pretty cool. And then there's a snake down there. Let's go look at the snake. Now Cole and Jay would just walk up there and snatch it, but I'm gonna leave it alone. It moved around a little bit, but I see snakes fall out of trees all the time. That one's hanging out in the tree about 3 feet off the water, just warming up in the sun and just kind of chilling, or warming, I guess. There's some kind of eggs that are attached to that tree right there. It's like a bundle of it. It's wild looking. And look, I don't know if you can see all these minnows though, but look, let's see if we can get one. These little shallow places, there's so many little fish. No, we didn't get one. Oh, we got one of them in there. And a little bug, and then see there's a little creature there, little minnow there. It's just, there's so, oh, there we go. I got a few of them in that one. These tiny little things. I want to put some of these in a fish tank one day and just see what they turn out to be. Sometimes they're so little like that, you don't really know what they are. Oh, come on. There's one. There's a. All right, there's something. Little salamander. I'm gonna turn over some of these rocks on the dry ground. There could be a lot of snakes. There could be snakes under these rocks. They live under, you know, they breed and live under these flat rocks. But there also could be a lot of different species. So I'm having trouble catching crawdads. But here's a salamander. What is that thing? That is creepy looking. I found something. I think that's a hellgrammite. Oh, it's like yellow. They turn into some kind of fly. I think like Dobson fly, I think it is. And it already has wings on it, but it definitely looks like a hellgrammite. That's pretty neat looking. Yeah, that's gotta be a hellgrammite. Yep. It's awful yellowish looking though, so they have a lot of different colors, but it's already got wings on it. So that'll be used, definitely used for bait. Let's see what's under this. Any more worms? Oh, there's a crawdad, there's a crawdad. I think I got him. Is he under there? Yeah, I got him under my hand. If I can get a hold of him. Where's he at? Is that him? Oh, I pulled his pincher off. There we go. All right, walking through the water just kicks up so much stuff. It would be a whole lot better if you had like a net and you were just coming through, scooping up like whatever you're kicking up. Because a lot of these, there's so much stuff that kicks out of the water whenever you walk through or just turn up a rock. There's a lot of water snakes, and a lot of times they look like poisonous ones. And unless you know the difference, it's hard to tell. I think that's just a water snake. No wonder I see people pick them up so easy. It's got a pointed tail. Where'd he go? He went right back to the same spot. It's got a pointed tail. All right, let's look at him. I think you can see him swimming. Definitely a lot of snakes out, and a lot of these rocks, that's where they're living under. So if you do start flipping over rocks, I just say watch out. Don't be sticking your hand under there or being too close to it, because sometimes they will be aggressive and striking at you. All right, let's throw all that. So we got 3 crawdads, a hellgrammite, several worms. There was a salamander in there. He might have crawled out, I don't know. We definitely got some bait. So it's time to go downstream, start looking for a deeper hole and find some fish. There's one. There we go. That's what I want to start finding, some these long gear. Man, these things are awesome looking. There's a long gear on a piece of worm. I saw some smallmouth swimming around. It may take me a little work to get those, but I'm gonna try to catch a few of these, and then we'll see what else we can get. There we go. Got a long gear off the bank. They really stick up close to that bank. It's on a piece of worm. See a really colorful fish, if you can see it in the sun there. But we'll throw him in the bucket. All right, got a lively crawdad. Let's try to work this bank over here. Gotta be a bass in here that is ready to eat this. Boom, we got one. Threw that crawdad right off the bank, down a little further, and got a little smallmouth with it. Pretty little guy right there. We'll put him back in the water. Just a little guy, but hit that little crawdad. He was right off the bank though. It's time to try out this hellgrammite thing. It's still alive, barely. It is still alive. Oh, don't want to pitch me. So I'm gonna hook it on there good, and that's our hope for pulling out a big one. Well, there went the hellgrammite. Something jerked it off. Man, that was my hope for catching a big one. What is going on? Well, I guess I'll let this little guy go. No bites off of it. I tried using it as bait and didn't succeed there. I see a bass. Don't know if it'll bite. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Got it. Got a fish on the hellgrammite. A big old rock bass. It may have been out of bed. Trick though, it was on a fake hellgrammite because I lost my other one down there. But I saw this rock bass, came up, cast it in. Got him, got him. Oh, it's a good one. That's a good one. Awesome. I watched that one. Or I kind of saw him and he was in the shade. Well, how come I couldn't do this with the live bait, man? Guess because I feel more mobile. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a nice bass. Oh, hold on, hold on. I'll get you up here. Come here. Can't hold this thing. I'm trying to carry the thing. Man, that's a nice little smallmouth there. Pretty fish. Yep, the little hellgrammite got him. Man, definitely does work. Tried not to use it and I have to come back to it. That's a pretty little fish. Let's get him back in there. A lot of these fish are on beds right now, and that's what it was yesterday. It was the same way. And if you can get it right up close to them, they'll hit it. That's a nice little fish. Well, that whole catch a bait and fish with it turned out to be a lot more work than I thought. I definitely came across, I think, some really interesting finds, and thought I'd catch a lot more fish a lot easier with them. And you know, I caught a few here and there, but it was kind of tough. But it was a cool thing to do, cool to just go out there and, you know, kind of explore. I found a lot of different, you know, creatures and bugs that, you know, I didn't really know that were in the kind of water before. It's cool to find out and see what they really eat on. Well, thanks for watching. I was hoping to get a couple bigger ones, but just didn't work out as much. But just love catching a little bit of fish, just kind of having fun exploring. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.